I'm struggling in reading fill in the blanks. No matter what I do, I always end up getting 3 out of 5 or 2 out of 5, but never 5 out of 5. What could be the reason? What is the right strategy? Well, if you're bombarded with all these questions, then trust me, today's video is the one wherein I will be throwing you a lot of information on the 5 killer strategies to solving the reading fill in the blanks. Want to make most out of this video? Make sure you watch the video till the end. Hey everybody, Nakul here from SKILLS PTE ACADEMIC. Really hope everybody is doing fantastic. I'm back with yet another super awesome packed video on the 5 killer strategies for reading fill in the blanks. Well, before we get into the video, if not subscribed to this channel, kindly click on the subscribe button, and anytime you need online assistance, it's a paid assistance. We've shared the information in the description of this video. You can click on the WhatsApp link, send us a message, we will do the needful. Also to tell you, recently we have released our fast official PTE speaking ebook. If you don't want to miss out on the contents in the ebook that could have definitely gotten you 90, then make sure you click the link which is in the description. At the moment we are selling it for a very nominal fee. Alright, without any further delay, let's straight away get right into the video. I understand reading fill in the blanks is very difficult. For that, I have formulated 5 killer strategies. The killer strategy number 1: in doubt, leave it empty and apply the bottom-up approach. What do I mean by this? A lot of students, right, they don't have enough patience. They read the question, the very first blank. At the moment, they don't have complete context on what the story is talking about. But the first blank, they decide to do it then and there itself, even they don't have complete clarity. So what you should be doing instead, wait for your time, leave it empty, and tell the computer, boss, I'm gonna come back in just a while and deal with you later. And continue reading, get the entire context and start from the bottom to the top instead of coming from top to bottom. This is called a bottom-up approach. Let me show you a small demonstration, but before that, I've got a simple question. I'll add a timer of 3 minutes on my bottom right, 3-minute timer. Try solving it. Post 3 minutes, I'm gonna come back and show you how to do it. There I'll explain you more about this bottom-up approach and its importance. Let's start with the 3-minute timer. Here you go. Alright, I really hope you have solved it. So let's start doing this. The top judge of the Olympic dash competition. Now people are confused. See, at the moment you have no idea what the competition is all about. But still you're tempted to choose the answer immediately. Most probably people would write prompting competition, table competition, fact competition, even though they are not sure about it. So this is the mistake, because at the moment you have very least amount of knowledge associated with the question. When such is a scenario, what you're going to do, leave it empty, go to a medical shop and gulp a tablet called patience and speak to the software saying, dude, I'm going to come back in just a while. Leave it empty and continue. Has dash is support, after has verb 3 has to come, and here you see thrown. Thrown is a verb 3, thrown is support. Next gun, the next paragraph, who dash under the name, who, it's a present tense, she definitely always will go with this name. Gun, gun is singular, he eats. Gun, something with s has to come, singular noun, verb s. Here you see competes and settles. She doesn't settles under the name for the Olympic competition. She always, if it's a Olympic competition, she competes. So it's gun who competes under the name. We will continue. Was eliminated from the B girls competition after scoring 0, which definitely causes some ridicule and praise, which definitely causes or prompts. So prompting both, that's a collocation there. Prompts, gives, prompting both ridicule and praise. Breaking is all about, oh, breaking, what is this breaking? You need to look out for the word in the dictionary. Probably it's like a break dance. Breaking is the competition name. Now you got the context. Meaning, until here, you will definitely not be able to solve the first one. First one, leave it empty, continue reading. Now you're pretty sure what the competition is all about. Now from the bottom, go to the top. First one would be the breaking competition. The last one, breaking, is all about originality and bringing something new to the table, collocation. Rest all were easy. The first one, if you don't go with this approach, meaning leaving it empty and continuing getting the context and then applying the bottom-up approach, if you don't do it, most probably you're gonna mess this up, interchange the options. One mistake costs you more than 2-3 marks. Be aware of this. This is the killer strategy number 1. Now we will move to the killer strategy number 2. The name of this strategy is eliminating the options and then decide to choose the right one. Especially this is applicable when you are not sure about what the word actually means, meaning the vocabulary of it is unknown, or you're really not sure which one exactly fits. In such a case, you try the first option, second option, third option, this is not correct, fourth option, this is not correct, fifth option, this is not correct. So this way you eliminate all and whatever is left is the answer. This is only needed in certain scenario wherein you are completely confused, you don't know what answer fits. Then try out all the options, keep eliminating and choose the one that fits in. Let me give you a small demonstration, but again, right before that, I'm gonna add a timer of 3 minutes. Try solving it. Let's see how you do it. Maybe you make some mistakes. Post 3 minutes, I'm gonna come back and show you how to do it, what mistakes you have done, and how do you get this strategy into action. 3-minute timer on my bottom right. Let's start. Alright, I really hope you have solved it. Let's understand how to do this. Whether the reasons for privacy are good or bad, the barriers exist. Privacy is dash upon. After is, verb 3 has to come. Usually, verb ing has to come. He is running. It is eaten. It is killed. Usually verb 3 or ing. There are other scenarios when adjective can come. It is good or bad, but usually it's verb 3 and ing. Privacy is dash upon as a collocation. Insisted upon is a proper collocation. So first one, I think everyone would write insisted upon at all kind of places in the area of what is called public affairs. It is often very dash. Now is the problem started. It is often very fully confused. Now let's apply elimination method. It is often very dash. Therefore, to ask yourself how you got at the facts on which you base your opinion. Now we will eliminate and see what all things can fit in. But first one answer is insisted. Insisted, we are scratching it. Second one, it is often after is verb 3 or verb ing. Isn't it? Now see how many verb 3 or verb ing's are there. Reminder is the reminder noun. Illuminating is ing. Man, the man. Remind, to remind, verb. Yourself doesn't come in the category. Was, it is often very was, not fitting in. Frenchman, it is often Frenchman, no meaning at all. It is often insisted. It is often very this, no meaning. So it's insisted and reminder are the only two things. After we eliminated the rest of the options. Insisted is done and dusted for the first one. Second one, even if you don't understand anything about the paragraph, it has to be eliminating. Provided, see, this technique will work when you don't have any more ed or ing, any more confusing options. Because we already eliminated one and we have only eliminating. But if 2-3 confusing options are there, then you have to go to the killer strategy number 3, 4, 5. Hope you are getting it. All I am giving you is a scenario. Exact scenario may come, or a subset of this can also come in the exam. So here it is often very eliminating. Only that is fitting. Rest of the options we completely eliminated. So this is what I'm talking about. Elimination strategy. For this you need to have the basics of grammar. What's a noun, verb, adjective, adverb. I've made many videos on the grammar. 2-hour full course video that I did a year ago. Still ranking 1, you can check that. But if you want more of it, you can join our course. We will teach you in detail as well. Now the third one is easy. Dash it the man, is it the man, was it the man, are you the man? So was it the man, was is fitting in. The fourth one, which dash was he permitted to talk to? Which person was he permitted to talk to? Which Frenchman is the only thing. So here as well we are applying elimination method. Which reminder was he permitted to talk to? Will you talk to a reminder? No. Will you talk to eliminating? No. Will you talk to man? Which man was he permitted to talk to, or which men was he permitted to talk to? But the context says France, the previous line says France, so obviously we will go with which French man was he permitted to talk to. That's the only context here. The next is you can ask yourself these questions. That's a context collocation, just fits in. They will, after will verb 1 has to come, remind you, not reminder you. I will remind you, not I will reminder you. Okay, I'll keep a reminder, it's will is there, they will remind you. So first is insisted upon, second is eliminating, third is was it, fourth is which Frenchman, fifth is you can ask yourself, they will dash you, they will remind you. Hope you are getting it. Only the second one was tricky, wherein you needed this particular approach that needs to be used. Hope you have understood, and that's what is all about. Eliminating options. Killer strategy number 3 is very simple. Become that police officer to find the clues. It's like there are 3 suspects and you are the police officer. You just don't like one person. Just by looking at it, you don't like him. And you will not simply say, this person is the killer, right? You have to find the clues. You have to take the postmortem report. You have to analyze, question them, find the clues, talk to people. It will take a lot of time. That's exactly what has to be done in reading fill in the blanks. These people don't want to do it. All they think is PTE is very easy. I can just curl up on my sofa, have a coffee and watch Netflix and get 90. You don't. It's difficult. I'm not saying it is very easy. It is very difficult, but it is not impossible. It's you at the end of the day who gonna make it work by working towards it, giving your 100%. So finding clues, becoming that police officer and finding clues is one of those techniques that actually takes away all of your energy, but definitely reaps all the benefits. So let me just give you a small paragraph. Try doing it. 3-minute timer. Once 3 minutes is done, I'm going to come back and show you how to do it. Let's start. Alright, I really hope you have solved it. Let's understand how to do this. Only a dash few, only a privileged few who are lucky, few who are privileged. This is easy. We don't need much of the strategies here. Only a privileged few have heard the sound a leopard makes. Now the entire thing is talking about the sound. Maybe later point of time you can just type in the YouTube the leopard grunting. You will get to know how authentic it is, how fierce it is. These dash and solitary cats, they're usually silent. Now these great and solitary cats, people have seen people writing it. These impressive and solitary cats, what is your clue? This nobody questions. Their heart says great, someone's kidney says impressive. They just go with it. But that person who applies this, Albert Einstein's brain, right, would write elusive. Why? Because he knows it's talking about leopard. Leopard are difficult to catch. They're solitary cats, means they try to live in solitude, lonely, alone. They're usually silent. They are apart. They are class apart. You cannot just find them. They're elusive. Elusive is the first word here, and that is the one that makes sense. This you can write only when you find the clues, understand what it is. If you're not, then you would become that police officer who don't try to find the clues and just randomly go with the intuition and put someone behind the bar. Getting it, it's elusive solitary cats, yet they can make one of the most great sounds. No, one of the most greatest sounds, not great sounds. Again the clues, impressive sounds. No other word is fitting. You don't say top sounds. Greatest, most great sounds is not going with the grammar. And it's not a great sound. You never say the sound is great. You say the sound is impressive. Few words always go with few words. All these are the clues. Continuing. Time stands, collocation. Time will stand just like that. Meaning time is not moving. It's like that kind of an animal leopard is when it grunts. Time stands still when you hear a leopard roar. We will continue. They have a ligament in their voice box. By stretching this, now people will not read all this and directly come to, by stretching this, apparently just like that, you cannot write. What is the clue? Stretching what? Stretching this is what? This is the previous line's ligament. Read there, they have a ligament in their voice box. By stretching this ligament, not by stretching this apparently. Isn't it? So these are all the clue based ones. So just have to know that you're going to make such mistakes. You're going to inherit that police officer, a good police officer who always goes with the clues, takes his time, understands what is what, do some background work and then decide, oh, he is the killer, and then you decide, oh, this is the answer. You don't do it just like that. You do most of the times, it will go wrong. The killer strategy number 4 is about never locking the option. Let's say you're going out of your place, you locked the door and you think, nobody can enter. What if the thief is entering from some other entrance, some other exit? Correct? So this is exactly what is going to happen in your reading FIB as well. People select one particular option for first blank or second blank and they decide, this blank is done. For third blank, they wouldn't even think the answer that they gave for the first blank could be wrong because they already locked the option. Once you lock it, it is done and dusted from your mind. It is already out of your mind. But what if that answer was wrong? Correct? Now you will get into traps. Fine, I've made a fill in the blanks wherein people mostly get into traps. You guys try doing it. 3-minute timer on my bottom right. Post 3 minutes, I'm gonna come back and show you about this strategy, the killer strategy number 4. Let's start. Alright, I really hope you've solved it. Let's understand where people go wrong. A bicycle or bike is a machine for transportation from place to place. It's so easy, and they write this and they lock the option. Now, since transportation is done, that is out of the mind because it is making perfect sense. Most bicycles have two wheels set in one frame. This also people would write wrong, but yes, it's a collocation. Everything is set in one frame. Set in a frame as a proper collocation. The frame, the next line starts with frame, so you definitely would write frame. The frame includes handlebars, blah 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 blah. Millions of people throughout the world ride bicycles for fun, for exercise, for sport, and for. Now people think transportation is over, and for hands and for feet and for box, nothing is fitting in, but still they would go with any one of these options because transportation is already done and dusted. But the first option, if you have written transportation, that itself is wrong. It's okay, you can make mistakes. When you make mistakes, there should be an option for you to come back and correct it. But here you are not coming back and correct it because psychologically you are thinking, hey, that is done. But what was done was wrong. Transportation comes to third one. People use throughout the world ride bicycles for fun, exercise, sport, and for transporting things, transportation. Then how about the first one? Now think what other word fits in. A bicycle or a bike is a machine for hands from place to place, is a machine for steers, machine for goes, machine for feet, machine for getting from place to place. Makes perfect sense as well. Now getting is not going for the third one. And for getting, what getting? Getting one ice cream. No. So first one is getting, third one is transportation. Meaning first one, if you select transportation, it's okay, but don't lock the option. You lock it, you think it is over. You don't lock it, you just keep it there as a backup. Transportation looks like it's the correct one, but it could be wrong because I don't have enough context at the moment. This is a famous trap. Most of the people would fall for it. I believe you are able to relate to it as well. Hope you have understood this locking option. Never lock the option. To continue the rest of the answers, to ride a bicycle, rider sits on the seat and places the hands on the pedals. The last one, the rider, is a singular. The rider eats, the rider goes. The rider goes by turning. Turning means you have a handle, you are steering. In the car we have the steering, same way the rider steers by turning the handlebars or by leaning. So here the trap is the first and the third one. For that you should not lock the option. Most of the fill in the blanks people end up making this fault. If you understand this and try to implement, you will know how to evade it, how to escape from it. That's the killer strategy number 4, never lock the option. Now we will come to the killer strategy number 5. If something is very obvious, means hey, this is the only answer, man. If that is what the thought that comes to your mind, think twice before selecting it. Yes, it could be an answer. Most of the times it may not be. Just like the previous example, transportation from place to place for the first blank, so obvious. So think twice. Now we will have another example to prove this to you. 3-minute timer on my bottom right. Try solving it. Pause that. I'm going to come back and show you how to do it. Let's start. Alright, I really hope you have solved it. Let's understand where you went wrong, possibly. When something is very obvious, yes, that can be answer, that mostly may not be the answer. Think at least twice before selecting it. Whenever you put ice cubes into your glass of water, do you ever, after do you eat, not ate, do you eating, ing cannot come, it's do you, verb 1. Here, do you wonder? That's the only thing that fits in. Do you ever wonder what's make them float, dash, off, sinking? Float, sinking, both are opposite, so it's what makes them float instead of sinking to the bottom of your glass. Instead of is a collocation. This doesn't just occur with small ice cubes. Dash icebox. Small is the clue. See, this is where we're applying the killer strategy number 2 or 3. Wherein we become the police officer and find the clues. And people simply write greater ice cubes, maybe adjusted ice cubes, equal ice cubes, irrespective ice cubes. Even for the second one, people write irrespective of. Irrespective of means whatever that comes, I don't care. Second one cannot be irrespective of, it is instead of. Third one, dash icebox, the previous line says small ice cubes. This is not just for the small ice cubes, but even for bigger ice cubes, or giant icebox. Giant, G-I-A-N-T is the correct answer. The density of an object is what? The density, dash. The density is singular, something with S has to come. Here, determines as the only S. The density is what identifies. The density is what discovers. The density is what decides. The density of an object is what determines whether that object will sink or float. Now we'll go to the last one. When an object floats, it displays as a weight of fluid greater to its own weight. Hey, right man, just like that, hey, very easy. What other thing will fit in? Greater is at the beginning, and most people would just choose it because it is going with it. By the way, you never say greater to, you always say greater than. Okay, greater to its own weight is completely wrong, but this is what people would just jump into and choose because that's how it looks like, quite obvious. Dash 2, this equals to, 2 plus 2 is equal to what? Equal to, equates to, or equal to is a collocation. So it displays as a weight of fluid equal to its own weight, not greater to its own weight. So all in all these strategies will help you. First thing is have that patience within. Keep reminding yourself, I need to be patient, I need to be patient, I need to be patient. That's the first thing. You fix that thing, the rest of the killer strategies that I told you will automatically start working and creating miracles in your scores. You would definitely wonder, how come, last week I was at 3 out of 5, 2 out of 5 in every blank, how come I'm getting 4 out of 5 or 5 out of 5 in every blank? It just happens on its own. I really hope this was an informative content. If you believe the same, like, share and subscribe and leave your valuable comments in the comment section. This is Nakul, N-A-K-U-L. Nakul signing off from Skills PTE. Soon we'll be back. Till then, take care. Bye-bye. Thanks much.